HPD-10 kick pedal, or I could connect a pad with a head and rim. Now, all of the pads are of course velocity and pressure sensitive, and the pads here also understand position. So if I play here, if I play there, I have two different sounds. I can also do slap mute, and if I lay my hand on the opposite pad, now I could never do that honestly on a set of real congas, but I can do it here. And that's the D-beam. So we have 10 pads here, the D-beam, plus 2 external trigger input possibilities. 64 kits, over 400 sounds. You can put any sound on any pad, and we have a full-blown set of multi-effects on board, which I will show you shortly. In the meantime, let's take a little trip over to Africa. Cajon. Now, we also have some great flamenco claps, and we have flamenco footsteps, and I am not going to dance flamenco, but I'm going to combine those sounds. We can play drums, of course. Now, with no feet, I mean, hey, guys play drums on keyboards all the time. At least here you can use real dynamics, and you don't have to be aiming for a single key. But if I add the pedals, it's a little more comfortable for me. Push the button. Let's change the continent. Now, we also have a function on board that's called roll. Now, of course, if I just do that, it sounds very machine-like. However, if I incorporate the pressure of dynamics, or the dynamics of pressure, into a rhythm, it's not so machine-like. Of course, other drum sounds. Now, in this case, more of a dance-oriented kit. Now, on board we have multi-effects. So, as I tap the hi-hat and I turn the effects on, which is a filter, you'll hear what happens to the sound, the color of the sound, hear it changing. But in rhythm. Now, what's fun about this is because I have the bass drum sound here, and I have the bass drum sound here, it challenges me to develop a technique so I can play rolls like that. And it's fun because it's challenging you all the time. We can have special effects sounds, of course. And even classical sounds. Let's take a little trip to China. We can do other things with the D-beam besides trigger sounds. I can use it for pitch bender. my talking drum, and I can play it with the movement. I can also use it to control effects. For example, in my Japanese kit, the Hand Sonic 10 is also used by DJs in many, many instances, because you have a lot of electronic sounds on board as well. Michael Shack is doing a presentation using the Hand Sonic 10 and the SP404 as one example. You can hear him later. But here's some other sounds. For example, again, electronic. That's the sound. You turn your amp up to 10. This is how you let your neighbors know you have a Hand Sonic. Rock the house down. Now, my two FS5Us can also become double bass drum pedals. And that's also great practice because you have no bounce from the pedal. So when you go back to a drum kit and play double bass drum pedals, the first thing you want to do is come back here and practice on the foot switches. Of course, it has an onboard built-in metronome and rhythm coach functions for training and practice and exercises. And very easy to use and understand because of the large display on the front. And this is an excellent addition to anyone's current electronic setup, studio setup, DJ setup, or any live performance, whether you're a drummer or not, or you make the Hand Sonic your very first instrument. Now, that's the Hand Sonic 10. We can't forget the Hand Sonic 15, the big brother. Okay, 400 sounds, 600 sounds. Onboard sequencer here, ribbon controllers, of course the D-beam, and the possibility to connect 2 different velocity-sensitive triggers, plus the FD8 hi-hat controller, which is not just for the hi-hat, it's for triggering sounds and controlling effects and things like that. Same positional sensing. But the sequencer on board gives us access to the over 200 backing instrument sounds, and I can assign a pattern, just like we do on our V drums, to a pad. So if I touch this pad here, I start my bass line and piano, and now just to play on top of it, drums, horns, and I can play vibes if I want.